Since the dawn of time, human beings already know in order to survive, we need to consume what nature provides. As we told in our history class that the early humans obtained their food by scavenging or gathering everything from nature. Then, as the time passed, we start to learn to hunt. With thousands of years of history as a hunter, a man know how to get into their prey. To put this as simple as possible, to hunt, we need a bait. The bigger the bait, the bigger the fish. Now, Banda is hunting for a younger money bag. younger audience, to get them into a rabbit hole called Gunpla. So, what's more suitable bait than a cheap model kit with a full inner frame? This high-grade model is supposed to be one of the best HU in the market right now, considering the price tag Bandai put on this thing and what we actually get in the box. I never built any HG from the UC line, but if I compare this to the SID HG line, I can see the difference as clear as day and night. First thing that I notice is the difference on their plastic quality. The color and the shine on the plastic is so much better on this kit, and that's not the only difference that I notice. The color separation on the Barbatos Lupus is really amazing. There are a few parts that peeking through from the inside of the armor that make the model kit look so much detailed and almost feels like a simplified RG kit, like the shoulder part here. It's molded in a white part and peeking through to the red part. Same thing happened to this yellow part on the front skirt and the legs. On the older HG kit, such as the Luna Marizac right here, you will find a lot of seam line that look very clear from the front side of the mobile suit. And if you want this seam line gone, it will cost you your future kit college tuition and your time. Yet, you don't need to worry about this on the Barbatos Lupus. It almost has none of the seam line. The only one that noticeable by bare eyes is on the side skirt, and I think it's understandable. I know some of you might think it is not fair comparing a kit that was made in 2000 with the new HG. Well, life is not fair, so just roll with it. Even the head is no longer have the line in the middle as the old Gundam. The part is separated flawlessly, so it has no seam line on the head. You also get a premium front skirt right here. It came in one piece, but we can separate them, so it has individual movement. This thing might be a normal standard in modern HG. However, this thing is released in 2016. But I guess this thing a big surprise back in the day. All I can say is, the designer of this kit is pouring a lot of love here. I can feel the passion and soul they put on the design. As for the weapon, it starts to getting minimalist. We only get one weapon, a big sword-like weapon, which is not an actual sword. I don't know what this is. In the anime, this thing is not cutting anything. It's more like smashing things. Is this considered a club? I don't know, man. But it looks badass with the mecha design. This weapon is pretty simple. It assembled from 3 parts of plastics, but the surface detail make this thing look amazing. And the grey color itself make this thing looks more premium. If this thing ever got an RG, I don't know how Bandai will surpass this design. We can store this in a bag like so. And whoever decided to put these 2 pieces of grey plastic in here deserve a pay rise. This part is so versatile. This thing can help the Barbatos pose as if it's reaching for the weapon. Unfortunately, we do not get the widespread hand. Instead, we got another pair of hands that angled for holding the weapon. Now let's speedrun the articulation. The head, the separated shoulder armor, the elbows, the booster, the front skirts, the side skirts, the knees, the ankle, the toe band. With this kind of articulation, there is a lot of pose you can kneel. Flying pose, standing pose, not a problem at all. Kneeling? Yeah, kneeling a bit a problem here. It's so fun to play and repose this Gunpla. But still, there's nothing perfect in this world. Remember, this kit price tag is pretty low. I mean, there should be. No. There must be a flaw in the design. The color separation on the bottom part is kinda plain. They are way too wide. It almost starts KKK conference. There is color correction sticker for some part, but to be honest, I will leave this as is. But if you want some spice in the bottom part without the sticker, then I guess you can panel land this, so the detail will pop up a little bit better. The other thing that bothers me is this thing is fragile, especially on the waist joint. This thing is like the essential of domestic Hanoju. Yeah, the domestic Hanoju. The upper body is Rui, the lower body is Hina. Well, not so is the waist joint. That was hoping to keep his relationship with Rui, but Hina just dragged him down. I also hear that all the joints will loosen up pretty bad as the time passes. I will sound like a cheap person, but considering the price, I think it's worth it. I mean, come on. I built this thing with only one snip and it still looked this good. If you never built a Gunpla before, then I guess this is the perfect Gundam to pop your cherry. Because you don't need this, or even this. You only need this, and this. I am Joe. That's it for the video. I hope you enjoy it. See you on the next one.